So although many of us see the festive season as a time to get together and spend time with our loved ones, for some, this can result in an intensified feeling of loneliness. Plus, with the ongoing pandemic, many individuals had already been feeling alone. So we have this discussion with Councillor Craig McNally. Morning, Craig. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Hey, good morning, Neville. Great to be here as usual.
Hope all is well.
All is well. No coughing, no sneezing, no fever. I'm maintaining my social distance. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Great.
So because, I mean, the pandemic has just changed everything in life, hasn't it?
It certainly has. How we do business, how we relate to each other, and certainly how we connect with each other. I mean, this is a perfect example. Here we are connecting virtually. So a lot of things have changed.
Yeah, and I suspect that Christmas time when families get together, now the government, they're saying that it was 15 for a public place, but now it's 15 even if you're at home. This doesn't necessarily help us because we would be looking forward to busting out type of thing.
Exactly. And so for a lot of people who, let's go back. In March when this whole thing happened, a lot of people believed that certainly by the summer, certainly by December, the latest, we would have really had a better handle on this situation and things would have gone back to normal. And so people had started making plans, their usual plans for Christmas, but here we are.
Yeah, I suspect it won't affect everyone. Someone like me who's always had a kind of quiet Christmas deliberately. But speak to the people who normally would, as I said earlier, bust out, and this year they have to be the kind of curtail events. Speak to those people how they can not be lonely, actually, even if they're alone.
Right. Well, let's probably start off by talking about what loneliness is. So certainly, I think all of us have an understanding that when we experience loneliness, it doesn't mean that we are alone. So in other words, there could be a number of individuals around us. We could have a great, what others would consider a great social circle. But loneliness is really our state of mind. It is our emotional reaction, our emotional perception of the value of those social networks around us. So what that means is that you could have people around you, but in your mind, you are not receiving from that social circle the kinds of supports and level of attachment that you would like.
Yeah. I suspect the same way you could be alone and not be lonely, don't?
The same way you could be alone and not be lonely. And as a matter of fact, there are different types of loneliness. So, for example, we have the loneliness where you are the newbie on the job, or you have moved into a new community,
right,
and you don't know anyone, or you're in a new school, a new university, a new high school, and you don't know anyone.
Oh.
And then there is the loneliness which speaks to the lack of an intimate partner. And then there is the loneliness of having an intimate partner, but at the same time, you don't feel that connection with that person.
All right. We have about 2.5 minutes. I want you to give me some tips here, and I'll give you the headlines and you talk me through it. Keep active is one of them.
Oh, absolutely. Last night, I actually went out by Palisados for a nice jog and a nice walk. And I took that liberty because there was greater liberty that I could take. So I noticed that there were quite a number of people there walking and people just hanging out with each other in their own vehicles, I might add. And so that was, for example, my way of staying active. Exercise releases all the feel-good chemicals and helps to keep you mentally well.
All right. Address loneliness. And I think you kind of address it Kinda. But address loneliness.
A little bit, because here's the thing. If we know why we're feeling lonely, that is how we address loneliness. So, for example, if we know that, well, I'm feeling lonely right now because I'm in this new space, I don't know anyone, or I'm feeling lonely because I'm in this group, but I feel different from everyone else. Everyone else might be a nature lover or might be into faith, but I might not be into faith, or or vice versa. So once I have identified what those issues are, then that's how I can begin to deal with loneliness.
Just over a minute to get through 3 more. Eat and drink well.
Eat and drink well, because loneliness is an emotional reaction. It causes some person's anxiety, it can cause stress, and it can cause depression. And one of the major symptoms of depression is lack of appetite. And so you may not be eating as you normally do. And the opposite is also true, where you might overeat. So you really have to watch that.
Yeah. Keep your expectations realistic.
Right. And so, for example, if you are in a new situation and you are feeling lonely in that new situation, it's okay to normalize that for yourself if you don't have anyone else around you who can help you to normalize that and to talk you through that, to help you to understand that, look, you are the newbie. And everyone else in the group needs to get to know you a little bit better before they move from being friendly to want to become friends.
Yep. I have about 10 seconds. Get some sleep.
I will. Going right back to bed now. No, actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, no, that was one of the headlines for you, but I understand.
Oh yes, you absolutely have to get sleep, and it could affect it could affect your sleep, because you are depressed and because you have this anxiety. It could result in sleep disturbances where you are oversleeping, hypersomnia, or you're not sleeping enough, or you are waking up in the middle of the night.
All right,
because your brain is not at rest.
Yeah, great to see you. All the very best to you and your family for the holidays. Please stay safe, and we'll talk again soon, I'm sure. Take care. Craig McNally, counselor. All right, so Santa isn't the only one giving this year. Still to come, we read a few more of your wish list letters, and we get the details on Nutromix's goat semen project. It's hard to say that with a serious face. News in 5, second edition, comes up right now. Soon come.